Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in this video, I'm going to be doing a recap of the festival that I went to about 3 weeks ago. It was a 3-day event from Friday, May 8th to Sunday, May 10th, and it was from 8:30 a.m. to 8 p.m. every day. So I'm going to go ahead and go over everything I sold on Friday. If I have pictures of anything, I'll put it on the screen. So the first thing I sold on Friday was a shark for $28, a possum, 2 jellyfish, and a frog for $29, a jellyfish and 2 turtles for $35, another jellyfish for $10, 2 frogs and a possum for $11, an axolotl and a swinging penguin for $22, and Winnie the Pooh for $12. And that's everything I sold on Friday. It was a pretty slow day, and in Venmo I made $45, in PayPal I made $29.29, and in cash I made $73. So I made a total of $147.29. So now I'm going to move on to Saturday. First I sold a possum and a heart for $9, a giraffe for $45, a turtle for $20, a chicken for $12, a mouse for $18, a mushroom pop for $10, a fuzzy dog for $20, a dragon for $15, a frog, a jellyfish, a possum, and a whale for $17, a crocodile for $18, a fox for $20, a caterpillar for $18, a lemur for $30, 2 possums for $12, a turtle snuggler for $20, a mushroom guy, a possum, and a whale for $32, a raccoon for $35, a sleeping fox for $35, an octopus and an owl for $125, a fuzzy cat for $20, a turtle for $40, a turtle for $20, a dragonfly for $12, a dragon for $15, appa for $120, a sleeping dragon for $30, and 2 hearts and an octopus for $6. So I definitely sold a lot more stuff on Saturday than I did on Friday, and I sold 2 of my largest plushies on Saturday. I sold my Anchor the Octopus for $80 and my appa for $120. In PayPal, I made $146. In Venmo, I made $53. In Zelle, I made $125. In Cash App, I made $106. And in cash, I made $344. So in total, I made $774 on Saturday. On Sunday, I sold a duck snuggler, a pig, and a ladybug for $65, a squirrel for $40, a sunflower turtle and a strawberry turtle for $80, a possum and an axolotl for $12, a turtle for $20, a sleeping fox and a custom doll for $65, a bee and a car hanger for $20, a loaf cat and 2 jellyfish for $33, a mallard for $10, and a duck with a cookie for $20. So that's everything I sold on Sunday. In Venmo, I made $238. In Cash App, I made $75. And in cash, I made $52, which is a total of $392 on Sunday. So between the 3 days, I made a total of $1,313.29 minus $200 for the booth fee, which is a total of $1,113.29. So the booth fee was $200 for 3 days. It was $150 for 2 days and $100 for 1 day. So next year, I'm either just going to do Saturday or I'm going to do Saturday and Sunday. I think Friday was really slow because it was a weekday and it was a school day and a work day for most people. So there weren't tons of people there during the day, but in the afternoon and the evening is when I made most of my sales. And then on Sunday, it was pretty slow. I think it's because it was Mother's Day. To go to the event, it's $20 for parking plus $10 per person that's over the age of 8. So it is pretty expensive to go to the event. So that's probably another reason why it was pretty slow. On Saturday, it was pretty slow for most of the day, but I did make the most sales on Saturday. But on Saturday, I sold Anchor the Octopus, and I was so excited to sell Anchor because I've had him for a little while. I usually put it on the end of the table so that people can see it when they're walking by, and it makes them want to come look at my table. The people that bought it were at my table earlier that day, and then they came back and they ended up buying my owl and my anchor, which I'm actually crocheting another one of the same exact owls right now. And I already made another anchor, and you'll probably see that in my next vlog. I was very, very excited to sell both of those. And then in the evening, a few hours before the event was over, I sold my appa, and I was so excited to sell my appa because I've had him for quite a while, and she did ask me if she could get it for 110 instead of 120, but I told her that I didn't really want to go any lower than 120 because it did take me like, I think 3 full days of working on it, and it took a whole lot of yarn. And she did end up buying it for 120, so I was very, very excited to sell it. And I really want to make another one. I'm just not sure when I'm going to make it. I also think I might make some smaller appas too. My microphone receiver died, and I just charged it up enough for me to film a little bit longer. So I'm going to try to be quick. I don't remember what I was saying, but that same weekend I actually had another event that I was selling my plushies at. It was actually on that Saturday. Since I was at that festival all day on Saturday, I couldn't go to the other event. I did pick out some plushies that I had like duplicates of, and someone else set them up and sold them for me. So now I'm going to go over everything I sold at that event. I sold a hippo for $20, a goose for $25, 2 dinosaurs for $80, a sleeping fox for $35, another goose for $25, a dragon for $15, a frog for $10, a car hanger for $10, a jellyfish for $15, a duck for $10, a sleeping fox for $35, an axolotl for $20, a mouse for $18, a Baymax for $40, and 2 fuzzy ducks for $20. So in cash, I made $240, and in Venmo, I made $133, which is a total of $373. And then plus the money that I made from the other event, I made a total of $1,486.29 for the whole weekend. So that's everything I sold at the 2 events that I went to. Also, I think I said that I sold Baymax for $40. I actually sold him for $35. I just said it wrong. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate all of you. If you watched all the way to the end, comment an owl emoji and let me know what types of videos you would like to see in the future. Thank you again so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!